What up, Virgo? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of October 5th through the 11th of 2020. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great week. Well, let's take a look at that week. We got a lot going on here. Man, we've got all this Capricorn energy online in your 5th house, Virgo. So you've been going through some major, especially this year, but even for the last 2.5 years with Saturn there, some major transformations in that love house and finding that ultimate joy, the creativity to move forward and the passion with. Well, the sun is going to, of course, square that Jupiter at the end of the week. So there's definitely a lot, even with the sun in the 2nd house here in Libra, you got to focus on your values, your self-worth, your confidence. You got to bring that all out right now in a big way and, make sure that things are making money, even, the physical things here with the 2nd house. And it's about kind of fixating on them and also fixating on what values actually bring you love. Is there a gift here? Is it physical? Does it feel good? Does it feel good inside? Does it bring you self-worth? And I think that's the hard part, is looking through all of the stuff to find what actually does bring you that value this week. We look at Mars here in your 8th house retrograde. This is deep stuff. It's kind of making you this deep emotional stuff taking place in a big, big way. And of course, it's squaring over to Pluto, who's now completely online, going to head towards Jupiter as well. You got to put that energy into yourself. I think it could be really intense. It could be definitely some death, rebirth kind of stuff within ego even. But more so, I would say it's about aligning yourself with the right people that are on your level. This T-square is definitely putting a focus here on your 11th house. I think you're trying to innovate to the future. You got to make sure that there's a deep connection to your soul, to what feels good within your identity, and how that aligns with the people in your life, and that's going to take you really far. And I think that's kind of something to look at here with that empty house that the moon is going to transit into for the 3rd quarter square. So then that 3rd quarter square is really going to bring that out with the sun and the moon, about making sure that you're, innovative and looking towards the future, and making sure that the people in your life are on that same path, that are keeping you at a high vibration. I think is a big point here, and that there's value and that there's a common electricity between the two. We have Venus in your 1st house. We got to nurture ourselves. We got to look good here, Virgo. Take care of yourself. It's going to feel good if you do. I think there's a lot of aesthetic that could be pleasing for you the more you take care of yourself, and just kind of put that out there to the world and show off your beauty. That's definitely something very cool. As well, that Venus is going to trine Uranus. Time to be whatever you want to be. Uranus in your 9th house, expand your appearance, expand your beauty, expand your values, and even with relationships, make sure that there is some sort of electricity and expansion going on. And if there's not, and there's no excitement, there's no electricity, you're going to know it, I would say. Especially because Venus is making sessi quadrants to Mars and to Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn this week. So Venus is in a sticky situation here in your 1st house. It's does the emotions line up with what you want? Are you doing that deeper work, and are you really finding your love and letting that love show through your identity? And I think if you are, you could feel really positive this week in a big way. That moon also, before it moves over that 3rd quarter square, is going to be on the North Node, and it's going to quincunx Pluto. So definitely a lot of emotion about, I would say, that North Node too in your 10th house. There's long-term plans that need to be established. There's structures that need to be built for you right now, and they got to be emotionally realized. And it's time to kind of nurture them and transform them and come from the heart. Make sure that those long-term plans align with the transformation that's taking place deep within you. And that is what could be the ultimate, but you're going to probably know this week if long-term plans don't feel like they're aligned with the heart anymore. You kind of have to be willing to take that intuitive hit. And there's going to be a lot of intuitive hits this week with Neptune, of course. Can't see Jupiter, but he's right here. That sextile to Jupiter, it's getting tighter and tighter. You know, this is about relationships too, with Neptune in the 7th and of course Jupiter in the 5th. There's an intuitive hit that's going to connect you with the right people and the right partnerships and the right balance in life, and it's got to come from the heart. And it's almost this surrender to the heart that's taking place that is going to give you the most beautiful aesthetic and let you find this really nice comfort within yourself and within the people that surround you. And of course we have Mercury about to go retrograde on the 13th next week in opposition to Neptune in your 9th house. So there's definitely a message that you need to put out. I think it's about the mind, it's about the environment, and you got to communicate from your soul and from the heart. And you know, this could bring out some wild beliefs that you might just have to express. Uranus is trying to take you higher here in your 9th house, trying to have you expand more on anything that brings like this ultimate innovative and electric vibe. It's almost like you have to disconnect from anything that isn't stimulating right now. And that's kind of the tug of war of like, what is stimulating the mind and what isn't, and go towards the ultimate stimulation that lets you be true in your identity and true to yourself this week. Let's see what the card is, Virgo. Strength card reversed. Yeah, so much is going on in that 5th house. You gotta throw the strength on. You gotta go, you know, bring out that lion, and I think go forward with what feels truly aligned. With the people, with yourself, and what brings you beauty in life. There's definitely a courage aspect that I think needs to be turned on here with this Pluto direct too. It's you know, having that strength within to trust the signs that are given to you and to make sure that everything's from the heart. And if it's from the heart, you're going to have the strength to make it happen, whether it's transformational, deep within, or not, or just finding confidence in yourself and in the values here. So channel that strength, I think, and you can make this week something special. But if you're, you know, not sure of things and you're not willing to put on that strength card, you know, in a big way, you might feel like things aren't just, there's no electricity and there's no value, and it could be not very stimulating or fun and beautiful. And I think you would like to see some beauty with that Venus in your 1st. I love you very much, Virgo. Catch you next time. Peace.